What's up, guys? Welcome to part 3 of the podcast. I'm your host, MDZ Jimmy, and hopefully this time around we're going to be able to finish up what we are planning to. I'm joined in the bottom left by Wr3ckwell, bottom right we have SchiacciSempre, and top right you can see Ixion as always. So yeah, today we're going to be discussing the rest of the characters. That's the plan for today. I even have a topics command that I made that I'm very proud of. It even has some Italian in it.
That's Latin, man.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Actually, no, I fixed it. It says discussion now, guys. It's not discussio.
Discussio, yeah. Yeah. Right? That's the Latin word. I think it's an actual word, actually.
It could be. I don't know. Probably, yeah. It does sound kind of correct.
Yes.
So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Why don't we not get started right away with the? There we go. Here's the
Jimmy. Do you mind posting the PDF
with
in
all
chat?
The characters? So we're gonna go through the characters one by one that we have not discussed, and you can see the correct order in the topics command as well. So first Sakura, Blanka, Cody, Jury, Armika, Dalsum, Alex, Vega, Fang, and then we're gonna have an in-depth discussion about Gill, which I'm mostly not gonna be a part of. That's probably where Schiacci will be talking a lot.
Yeah, I don't know that much.
That's what
either.
I'm thinking, but we'll see about that. We'll see about that. So Jimmy? Yeah, guys, why do we not get started right away? Where's Sakura? Let me try to find her so we can get into this. There she is. I actually can't believe we haven't talked about Sakura. She's actually a pretty she's a pretty popular character when it comes to people like to talk about her. Even though you don't see her quite a lot in competitive play. So yeah, Any thoughts on Sakura? Does anyone want to start?
Before that, is the chat is saying that Ixion is muted.
Nobody wants to start.
I was asking Jimmy, could you just post the PDF in chat?
Oh, wait a minute. I just realized I can barely hear Ixion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jimmy blacklisted Ixion. Yeah.
No, you can hear him, but just barely.
What? But you guys can hear me well, right?
No, now it's fine. Wait, now it's fine, though. I think Schiacci was really loud.
Beamy hates me.
I'm always loud.
No, now it's fine. Ixion, now I can hear you.
Okay, would you mind posting the PDF or whatever in chat, please?
Oh, people don't... Can somebody else do it? Because it would... I'm sure Wr3ckwell can do it.
Yeah,
there's a reason why I don't want to do it right now, because then...
Please.
Why do you want the is anyone asking for it?
No, but people
I just want to have it.
People will ask, So I think it's
do you not have browser
access to
history,
it.
Ixion?
So, boys and
I can do it. Give me a second.
There you go. There's your link to the
Okay.
list.
There we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Ixion literally had nothing to do this whole time. I'm setting up everything and he can't open the PDF.
I was so stressed getting ready for this, I couldn't even fix my hair.
Oh, that's why you have the cap on. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn.
I just made it in time, honestly.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
shall we start?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, so I think we're all set up now.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to say something about Sakura, Ixion? What do you think of Sakura?
No, you feel free to start before me because I don't know that much what happened to her. So how about you start before me?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know either. I would have to look it up right now. So, well, we can do it. How about we just take a look at it one by one? So she got the universal health and stun buff, standing medium kick. I think this is a nerf. I think I had a discussion with somebody before. I thought this was a buff, but it's actually a nerf. They reduced the cancel, something about the cancel, which changes something. I think you can't buffer it anymore as well, or something like that. I'm not sure.
Medium? Could you buffer him standing medium kick before?
I'm not quite sure, honestly. I thought at first reduce the recovery on hit and block from 19 to 17. That sounds like a buff to me first.
Yeah.
It should be a buff.
Right.
Should be.
And then somebody came up to me and said it's actually a nerf. Right. Actually, one of my mods plays Sakura. Maybe he can tell me about this.
The advantage disadvantage on VTriggered cancel has been changed. What's changed? Is it buffed or nerfed?
Oh, they're not.
But the
not
advantage
saying that.
disadvantage on VTrigger cancel has been changed. Right. So you can't cancel. Oh no, right. It's not as plus if you cancel into VTrigger anymore. Something like that. I think that's the nerf essentially.
All right.
But still, like reducing the recovery on hit and block. Actually, no, nothing about the advantage changed. Right. So, yeah, it's apparently
very hard
just a
to-
nerf.
Quite
It's
hard to
harder
tell.
to do medium kick, V-trigger, light kick, for example. That's what my mod says.
So it's a nerf. It got nerfed.
So it's a nerf. Yes, it's definitely
Alright.
a nerf. Which is interesting to see. But standing medium kick is a pretty good button anyways, so
yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
yeah.
I can barely remember what it looks like.
Yep. I'm thinking about it the entire time. I cannot remember the last time I played against Sakura.
Yeah.
I face her pretty often online, actually.
How can
but
I
I'm always
explain?
so uninterested in what she's doing.
It's like the entire kick. It has a very bad animation.
Yeah,
But
it
you
has
can
very bad
recognize
animation.
it.
I fully agree. It's
Yeah,
the
like
kick that looks
it's very
off.
poorly animated, so I just keep forgetting what it is.
The awkward kick. That's how I
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah.
The hentai
So-
air kick, that's what Pres Vegeta calls it. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Well, I
Anyways.
mean,
Maybe we should move on to the next
no, I think that
next character.
No, let's take a look at this. Crouching hard kick, reduce startup, so that's a buff.
Yeah.
The chin
is.
buster kick. What's the chin buster kick? Is it the 3?
It's the frame trap one. It's down forward.
down forward
heavy
heavy
kick,
kick.
Oh, that
I
one.
think. Yeah, down forward heavy kick.
Okay,
Oh,
so
so
now it's +4 instead of +3 on hit, which is nice because now you can actually combo into standing light kick, for example, or light punch light kick.
All right. That's interesting. That's a big buff. Because
Which one is her 3-framer, or does she have several 3-framers?
I think crouching light punch is her 3-frame normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can't do. I think you can do down forward hard kick and then crouching light punch into standing light kick does not combo, right? I think you have to do standing light punch, which is 4-frame, into standing light kick, and then you can do a Shoryuken. But that was not possible before, so you had to do crouching light kick, probably into light DP or something like that.
All right.
And now
I can
you have a
imagine you can
different
just combo
route.
more easily from it,
Yeah.
because sometimes you don't hit it point blank, and there be more pushback. And when there is more pushback happening because of the different distances, she will have a more reliable confirm from it, probably.
Yes.
Exactly. So yeah, that's a buff. That's a nice buff. Light Shoryu can decrease the blowback distance on hit. I'm not sure if this is a buff or a nerf. It's probably
I think that's a pretty big nerf because
Oh,
it affects the Oki. If you end a combo with a light DP, the blowback is like the opponent gets pushed away further. So you can't reach him in time. And
but
you get
the
no
blowback
Oki.
distance was decreased.
Oh, decrease.
Decrease.
Yeah,
Well, that
it was
is
not
buff.
increased. So this.
So you get Oki now.
yeah, you
You
probably
get better
Oki
Oki
now, right?
Sorry, I read increased. Sorry. So you
Yeah.
get better Oki. So that's a buff.
Yeah, that's definitely a buff.
Yeah, it's an easy buff. You get more Oki if you end the combo with light DP. It's pretty massive, actually. I mean,
I
getting
wonder like how big of a buff this really is, though, because in what situations do you use light DP? That's the question. Because Ryu technically gets better Oki off of light DP as well, and it rarely comes up, honestly.
I think you have
You
to
always
use...
do wake up light DP.
Yeah, but that's exactly. But that's something else, right? I'm not changing my combo route to get light DP instead of heavy DP, for example.
Yeah, that's right.
I get what you mean.
I don't know. Maybe no. I think the heavy DP combos of lights with Sakura.
No,
So
me-
what
Isn't
would
it a
you
good
go for?
anti-air?
light kick. If you
No.
do light kick
Oh,
buffers
okay.
with Sakura, I play Sakura a bit. You have to do medium DP.
Oh yeah, medium DP. All right. So medium DP. Why would you use light DP? Maybe as an anti-air. I don't know. But why wouldn't you use crouching heavy punch instead?
No, you can't use light DP as an anti-air. It doesn't work well as an anti-air.
Yeah, semi-preemptively. Like I don't know. Can
But
work.
isn't it like, does she get a good Oki after heavy DP?
Yes, she does get
yes,
Oki.
she
She
does.
gets better Oki off of heavy DP versus medium DP, I think. Please
Yes.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the case.
Because I'm thinking maybe if light DP now provides the best Oki, maybe you simply just sacrifice damage for better Oki. If
Maybe,
it gives her,
right.
if it gives her that good Oki now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The Tengu Hadoken increased the active frames by 10 frames. Interesting.
That's nice.
Not sure if
What? 10 frames? Wow. Okay.
I mean,
I wonder
more
what this
active
means.
frames.
Like, can you charge it longer, or what do they mean by increase the active frames?
Maybe it stays out longer for a longer time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So-
got to be it. It just stays out.
Oh,
longer.
does-
right.
it
It used to
doesn't-
disappear.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Right. Okay. No. Then that's great if it stays out longer. Oh, I even had recently. I just recently had a highlight on YouTube where I jumped forward and the opponent did a Tengu Hadoken, and I jumped forward and the fireball disappeared right before it connected.
Oh, wait, this is the upwards fireball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was actually BS for Sakura. Like, I used to jump on Sakura, and she would read me with this upward Hadoken, and it would always like disappear right in front of me. I would just jump on her.
Yeah.
I always felt so bad. So
Exactly.
they're buffing that for sure, and that's totally legit. They should.
Yeah.
She deserves that buff for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that was a necessary buff. EX Tatsu reduced the startup from 15 to 12 when performed as a cancel. Okay, so you can get so I guess it combos better now in certain situations, right? Or it combos
What a
at
weird
all.
change.
I think you can hit confirm that now. I think that many people, like many characters, got this buff where you can hit confirm a low into a special.
But honestly, I tried this with Kage. Like I this is probably going to lead into an entirely different discussion. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, okay, maybe we should keep that for another time, but I do want to talk about the crouching medium kick for Kage, for example, that is supposedly hit confirmable. That's
It
not
is.
hit confirmable.
It is.
It's not hit confirmable.
I strongly disagree with you, man.
But
I
okay,
can hit confirm it.
I can't hit confirm it. I absolutely can't do it.
I have the same thing, even if this is off topic. There's the same thing with Nash's standing medium punch. It gets has more cancelable hit frames now, like 4 more, but it's extremely difficult to do. Like it's obviously much easier to do if you see your opponent doing something like for a few frames before, then it's hit confirmable. But doing it just like that, like say as a meaty without seeing your opponent doing anything, is extremely difficult. And I think that people are just being excessive about that being easy, or like they
like no, seriously. I want to see.
they exaggerate it.
I want to see Sako. I want to see Schiacci put the training dummy into a crouching position and then guard randomly, and then hit confirm crouching medium kick into heavy DP 10 times in a row. That's
You know,
I'd like
I'm
to see that
not
too.
perfect. I'm not perfect with it. Probably Sako is much better than me. But what I do is I watch the stun bar.
I
If
tried
the
that.
stun
It
bar,
doesn't- I can't do it with the stun
I mean,
bar.
you know about that, right?
I know about that. I tried that, and I can't do it even with the stun bar.
I mean, Sako did it in a video. I can link it to you later.
Yeah, I want to see Sako do it 10 times in a row correctly.
It's
And
weird that we're
he's
saying
a strong
Sako.
believer that the crouching medium kick is strong as an hit confirm.
It's
Like,
better now because now you have more time to visually confirm what's happening right before you do the crouching medium kick, which will automatically lead into more situations where you can do like a late DP off of a crouching medium kick. But saying it's flat out hit confirmable, I think is misleading.
I think it's funny that we are using Sako as a reference. He's like the oldest fucking Street Fighter player. He should have the worst reactions of all of us. He's just super good at execution.
I don't know about that.
Because this is purely a reaction-based thing. It's not execution. It's just reaction.
I guess there's some reads involved. There are some reads involved with that.
But if you
I
put
agree.
a read in the equation, then you take away what you're saying here. Because you should be able to react just purely by reaction because of the cancelable frames.
I mean, I'm more comfortable with him confirming that now. I mean, I couldn't do it at all, and now I can do it sometimes. But then again, I'm an old man and my reactions suck. So, I don't know.
Maybe we should continue on Sakura.
Yeah,
How did we get in on this anyway?
We're
I don't
getting
know.
sidetracked here, which is exactly what I predicted, right? But yeah, honestly, I think it's a worthy discussion to be had properly another time, maybe. But yeah, let's take a look at this. Sakura Otoshi, the V skill, increased by recovery on block by 3 frames. I think that sentence is not properly formulated. That's okay. So they increased the recovery on block by 3. So it's even more punishable now.
I don't even remember what this V skill is.
It's where she jumps forward.
The demon flip.
Yeah, it's
okay. Oh, that's her V skill in this game. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
It's the flip into, but the Sakura Otoshi is when she does the palm version. That's what they're talking about, right?
The palm version? What is it? Oh, the dunk.
Yeah, where she can do it like 3 times, right?
Yeah, the dunk.
That used to be Sakura Otoshi in Street Fighter 4. I'm not sure if they renamed it, but I'm guessing that's what they mean here by the first one.
Sakura Otoshi.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't use that anyway, so I mean, you only used it for combos.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't worry.
I don't even know if this move is punishable at all. Like, I don't know anything about this move, so this change doesn't tell me anything.
You're kind of right about that. It's such an odd move to see, right? You almost never see it. So yeah,
expanded
now,
the downwards hitbox. That's definitely a buff because that's going to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I get into a spot where I don't know what they. Oh, but the actually we can. Kyaku is always a kick, so this is probably the kick variation of the V skill, where she does like this flip kick in the air. So reduce the upwards hurt box on the feet.
Yeah,
so
that's the dive kick.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking.
Dive.
I'm looking at.
Exactly after the V skill.
Yeah, that's the dive kick.
And
so that's a better hurt box. I'll reduce the upwards hurt box. Okay.
Yeah.
So they buffed that one.
Yeah, they generally buffed, and it was in desperate need of a buff because it was unusable, the V skill before, honestly. And the Kashinfu is probably the grab off of the V skill.
Yeah, that's the only one left.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Reduced on hit. That's nice. I think you get Oki of that now.
Yeah, you might get Oki now, which is pretty nice. That is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally, man, like there's actually quite a lot of changes. Actually, not that many left, right? Floor spill, V reversal, reduced recovery to 24 on block and whiff, so that's a buff. And the VTrigger 1 got buffed, which is amazing because VTrigger 2 was basically not used competitively. Right?
I don't know. Like there was a big debate. VTrigger 1 against 2. Like the super high level players like No Man are using VTrigger 1. We're already using VTrigger 1.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I'm wondering why are they buffing? Because the only buffs to the VTrigger was for VTrigger 1.
Yeah.
And I'm confused about that because clearly VTrigger 2 was not buffed, even though it wasn't considered, like VTrigger 1 was already considered better. It's kind of like Ryu, right? Ryu's VTrigger 1 got buffed, even though the VTrigger 2 was considered worse.
It's
which
a
I
very
think-
Capcom thing to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I think this is on purpose. They know that VTriggered 2 is worse competitively, but they want to have a VTrigger that is accessible for casuals, which is VTriggered 2, by the way. And they
Really?
want to have a VTrigger that is good for competitive play. And that's exactly what they did with Ryu as well.
No, I can agree with that.
I find her VTriggered 2 more challenging. I mean,
You think so?
Well, her tatsus all become unsafe. You have to hit confirm more carefully. You don't get any boost in the neutral, really. You only
Yeah,
get
but you're-
like very sick combo extensions, don't you?
Yeah, but you're talking from a competitive standpoint. It doesn't matter that it's unsafe because in Rookie League nobody's going to punish that. It's the same thing with VTriggered 2 of Ryu. You can argue that it's terrible, right? But at the same time, casuals will actually enjoy VTriggered 2 more than VTriggered 1. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I can agree with that.
Ixion
I'm
is
still not sure what I think. I'm mostly confused about this VTrigger changes.
I think
I see your point, though.
I think like that's the only thing that makes sense, right? There's no way Capcom doesn't know that the VTrigger 1 is better of Sakura the same way that Ryu's VTrigger 1 is better. There's no way they don't know about that. So what's the thought process?
So it's basically Capcom just being like, okay, we know this VTrigger is worse, so we don't care about making it better than VTrigger 1. We'll just make VTrigger 1 better instead, and then the casuals can use VTrigger 2.
Exactly. I think so. I actually think this idea will translate over to Street Fighter 6.
No.
Oh yes,
No.
yeah.
I don't want to talk about that. I'm
But
scared.
yeah, maybe we'll talk about that another time.
All right.
But
Let's
I
keep
think
moving.
this is a design decision that I think they're testing this for Street Fighter 6, honestly. Giving characters multiple tools, some of them garbage for competitive play, but accessible for casuals. Ixion
Sigh.
is not like that.
We can't keep going the wrong way, man. But yeah, it's Capcom, so I don't know.
Actually, I think it's going the right way if they do it this way, because then they can at least focus on the tools that are designed for competitive play to be nice for competitive play, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
guess.
okay. I'm just questioning the game design in general, but okay. But
yeah,
I would
absolutely.
personally like if you want to design it like that, I would personally like if we say they are VTrigger 1 and 2, I would be like, okay, I would call them like difficult but best VTrigger, and then other one I would call easy but not as good or something. Like make it clear. I don't know. Instead of secretly designing it that way. You know what I mean?
I think with Street Fighter 6 they
Right.
will probably do that. That's my guess. That they're not labeling it correctly at the moment with Street Fighter 5, but with Street Fighter 6, there might actually be the option, the competitive and the casual option. They might label it this way.
Choose your
they're just
character
not-
variation, pro or scrub.
Seriously, they might do that.
No, Jimmy's right. I can see that happening.
And
I mean, we
think
don't know
maybe-
about it. Okay.
Yeah, maybe
I don't
that's
know.
going to work out. But yeah, what did you want to say, Sketchy?
No, nothing. I'm just saying that I agree with you.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. That's it.
Anyways, yeah.
Yes, I just have a suggestion for we're going to Blanka next, right?
Delete Blanka
we're-
from the game.
No, wait. Who are we doing?
Blanka.
We're doing Blanka.
We're going to do
no.
Blanka.
So-
Yeah, actually Blanka's
Oh,
next
no.
on the list. Okay.
They
Okay.
made him even more random, man.
Okay.
I'm just
so do you wanna go with
suggesting
Blanka
that
now?
before we start with Blanka, instead of going through everything step by step, maybe if someone of us four feel like we know pretty well what happened to Blanka, I feel like that person should talk first.
Yeah, that was
And generally say what you think about what happened to
All
him.
right.
I don't know what happened to Blanka at all. So
That was-
if anyone else of you
that was my
do
idea
know,
with Sakura, but nobody really talked, right? So so yeah, sure, exactly. So who does anyone want to say something about Blanka?
I don't know. I just blacklist all the Blanka players. I mean,
Man, that's so good. Oh man.
No, actually, the only thing I knew is that the surprise forward and back just made his hop faster, so the online players can be more random. Nice, good buff, good buff.
I actually had a video about that already. I lost to a Blanka player that was literally just hopping around.
Oh, it's the guy with the American flag?
No, I don't think so.
There is a troll Blanka with an American flag that like
I'm not sure. Maybe he did have one, but I can't be tricked because I can see where the IP is coming from, so I'm never confused anyways about that. But he was just dashing forward, and then his mix-up was either EX up ball or what is this double medium? I think it's medium kick where like he gets like 2 hits in.
I remember
That's standing medium kick.
Yeah,
That's standing medium kick, right? So he would just alternate between those 2 options. It would. It was. I don't know why this actually was effective. He beat me in a game with that strategy.
I mean, that was a thing in Street Fighter 4
online. That's why.
Blanka was like the most infuriating character on Street Fighter 4. That's why I have PTSD.
Yes, me too. I had such like a.
We had Alex. We had Alex later, man. We learned the matchup.
Yeah. I remember him on Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
That's how I got to know him. Like Alex Ladder, I think, is the most OG player of us all. He started before everyone.
I think so too. Yeah, I remember when me and Jimmy started. Alex was already there, and when we started, like he bodied us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that for me at least.
Yeah.
I got body.
He blacklisted me in SF5. I can't play him anymore. So.
I played him today. Hey, I played him like just a little sidetrack. I played him. He played really slow and tried to play really solid, and he rematched me. Either it was not him or something happened.
No, he's on best behavior now. He doesn't rage quit anymore. He always rematches me. So there was like a period where he went emo and he started rage quitting every match. But now,
are you talking about Mordecai now?
The redemption arc?
What?
We're not
No,
talking
Alex
about
Leather.
Mordecai, but yeah, he has similar issues.
Yeah, but Mordecai is more
Mordecai.
vocal about it.
Mordecai grew up apparently. He came to my chat. That guy, so weird.
So, but
right.
looking at Blanka,
Yeah.
they basically buffed everything he can be random with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rate jump V skill, reduce the jump height. I think that's a good buff too, because it was hard for Abigail, for example, to enter Aaron before. Now it's going to be even harder because like he's right in your face with that short jump.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's the most noticeable change. The arc of the V skill is much lower now.
Wait,
So
what's
it's like a Gen jump from Street Fighter 4.
What's
something like that.
Oh, right, the raid jump. That's what it's
Oh
called.
yeah, the V skill.
Yeah.
Raid jump. The V skill 1. That's V skill 1. It's now lower to the ground.
Oh, damn, okay.
I wish they nerfed VTriggered too.
Blanka
that
really
VTrigger.
only is VTrigger too.
They buffed VTrigger 1.
Yeah, they do the Colleen thing, like or what they did with Akuma. Like just buff the other VTrigger that is so obviously worse, and maybe people will start using it. But there's no way it's going to be just as good as the VTrigger 2.
I've actually almost exclusively run into Blanka players with the VTrigger 1 now.
Yeah, VTrigger 1? Really?
Yeah.
There's one
Most
Blanka
of
that
them-
plays VTrigger 1 all the time. It's the jumpy one with his name starts with a D. I don't remember. Played him today. He's the only one I run into that plays VTrigger 1.
No.
Okay.
Like, I've played multiple Blankas, and most of them play with VTrigger 1. Like, from my experience so far.
Darkus, right? It was Darkus.
Yeah, but Darkus plays VTrigger 1.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay, that's him. Okay.
Apart from him, everyone just plays VTrigger 2. Well, at least. Well, there are not that many Blanka players.
I've seen a few, but
Vilio, yeah.
I mostly run into VTrigger 2.
There's Verdoyance with Blanka, but he plays on PS4, so I don't meet him anymore.
But yeah, I agree. VTrigger 2 is clearly still better.
And I don't know if we
Yeah.
mentioned, but yeah, his the hops you're talking about, Jimmy, when that player who just did hop and then EX up ball. So apparently these hop moves got faster now. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah, we mentioned it when we said that.
Where is it actually? Surprise
Roll,
back.
yeah.
That's what it's
Yeah.
called, right?
Yeah, so both of them got 2 frames faster. So he's going to be even more annoying with that now.
Yeah, he's gonna be more Blanka.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I can totally picture if what's his name again? Combo Fiend. If Combo Fiend was still talking about, like, remember back in the days when Combo Fiend, I think for Ultra Street Fighter 4, he put out videos, or I think it was videos where he talked about the changes and what they did to the characters, and I think, and I can totally picture him saying, like, we want to make sure that Blanka really feels like Blanka. So so this was what we did to him because of that. I can totally picture that. Him talking about it like that.
Yeah, I remember that from Street Fighter 4. Yeah.
I think
hate
like one of the videos.
No, I just said I hate picturing Combo Fiend.
Do you have a?
I met him in real life.
I have an uncrush on Combo Fiend.
Do you think? Nah. Let's maybe like the discussion is gonna get completely out of hand if I start that now.
It's gonna be very.
Don't.
So to summarize, Blanka just became more Blanky.
Yeah, more
basically
Blanka-like, and VTriggered 1 is better, even though it still sucks. So yeah. That's
all right. That's a nice summary.
Next character. Actually, like, I'm gonna keep putting out the topics just so I can see what character is next.
Cody.
Cody is next. Where's Cody? There's Cody.
Wow.
Anyone wants to say something about Cody?
Bam, standing medium kick better. Bam, standing hard punch better. Bam, crouching hard punch, godlike button now. Look at that, Cody. Cody on top now.
I hate Cody. Oh, fuck this character.
Cody is a very strong character now.
Yes, he is. I've been saying that in season 4 already. I thought he was always a really strong character, but no one plays him for some reason.
Like, he was strong already. He plays Street Fighter 5 perfectly with VTriggered 2, and he got even better. Like, the crouching heavy punch buff is godlike, and the bingo buff is super good as well.
Oh yeah, he can charge it now, right?
Yeah, he can charge it. And he gets like a wall bounce on the EX version, and he gets a bigger combo on the regular version.
Bingo!
So the bingo is pretty hot stuff right now. And he got other buffs as well. So, I mean,
this crush counter buff on crouching heavy punch, does that lead into dash up combo, or?
You can do dash up target combo, I think. Or you can just do
heavy kick.
Yeah.
Recovery reduced from 36 frames to 25.
Yeah, I can imagine why they did that. Because scrubs couldn't punish it. Scrubs like me, I always press too early.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that either, but it's a buff, I guess. I think the biggest buffs are crouching heavy punch, being a crush counter, and the new bingo, if you hold the buttons for longer. Those are the biggest ones.
What are the properties on level 2 Zonk Knuckle?
I just said that. The regular one gets you a bigger combo, I think. And the EX one wall bounces now.
What are they on block? Did they change that?
No, they're the same on block.
Oh, okay.
Just the combo
they made it like +5 instead of +3 or something like that, like the EX one. But maybe
not that I know of.
Okay.
See, it's in the patch notes. Zonk Knuckle level 2 will be performed if a punch button is held for over 300 frames. It's the same.
Someone says in chat that EX level 3 is +5.
Oh, all right. I didn't know about that. You never finished learning.
Oh, wait a minute. I just realized they have a bunch of changes to VTriggered 1 as well.
Shazzy went on a 60-win streak, by just using VTriggered 1 with Cody on his stream. But I still think VTriggered 2 is better.
You still think VTriggered 2 is better?
Yeah, it's just too strong. But I think he can use both now.
Yeah, but the thing with the two V-triggers is the V-trigger 2 is just Street Fighter 5 style, yeah? Just dumb mix-up, explosive as fuck. And V-trigger 1, you can use V-trigger 1 if you like play a really, really good neutral. Then it's totally going to be a V-trigger for you. But apart from that, everyone's just going to use V-trigger 2 because it's easy damage.
Yeah. That's right.
Like he kind of takes over the neutral with V-trigger 2 as well. It's just easier to do, I think.
Yeah.
Wait,
but V-trigger 1 seems much more fun.
Where did the Japanese put... actually, I have the tier list here. Where did they put Cody?
I think he's pretty low. Yeah, tier B.
Is he together with Honda?
But once again, like the Japanese put Laura in tier B. She won Capcom Cup and she got buffed. Still tier B. Still B tier. And they just realized G is strong. After they got bodied, I don't know how many times. So I don't know. I mean, they're godlike, don't get me wrong, but early Japanese tier lists, I don't know.
Yeah, early any tier list is trash because it's just guessing without any knowledge because there's no possibility to gain that knowledge this early on.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that.
The thing with the Japanese and them making their tier lists, I think, is that they base their opinions completely on, like, they think like, okay, if this character against this character, if I play the neutral perfectly, constantly, this character wins. I think that's how they're thinking. But the thing is, in Street Fighter 5, it's very common that you just screw neutral, you know? And when you do that, you just take away a big part of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then, like, if they see it this way, I mean, for example, you know at some point you're going to block a medium kick of Laura and then into V-trigger and then the party starts. That's, I mean, even the Japanese must realize that's a thing that is going to happen.
You'd think, but I think they're kind of denying that.
I
think that
they Laura forever. And like, I mean, even Ryu can actually zone Laura. It's kind of interesting how the matchup works because Ryu wins the matchup. Even in Season 4, he won that matchup. But it was extremely inconsistent, which is why I still hated it. Because at any point, you're right, Ixion, you're right? Like, if I think about it, I'm like, oh, I just have to control neutral. But that's not how Street Fighter 5 works in a lot of cases, right?
Yeah, you can't be 100% safe too. I think they're taking into consideration how safe the character is and like to say if he can be a good tournament character. Laura is not safe at all. Like you have to take risks all the time. And so is Cody. So if we assume that, I think that's the logic behind their tier list. Cody needs to take big risks. So maybe they think this is not going to work in a tournament, something like that.
You really think Cody needs to take big risks?
With VTriggered 2, yes. He has a command grab.
I disagree.
Okay. I don't know.
I think VTriggered 2 of Cody is like the most... Like, that's a situation where I just shit my pants because there's really so much shit that can go wrong once he pops VTriggered 2. Ryu can't zone him anymore. So, like, once that pipe is out, you can basically just start throwing rocks without taking a risk.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I'm just trying to figure the logic behind the Japanese players putting him in B tier. I don't agree with that. I think Cody's extremely strong. I said it.
I think he's top 10.
But I'm trying to understand what their logic.
Maybe they think if a character has a command throw, it's low tier.
Yeah. If it's not Abigail.
We're talking about G, Cody, Zangief, Laura, right?
I mean, I think they're wrong, but I'm trying to understand why they put Cody in B tier and Laura in B tier. I'm trying to understand
because Cody has not been at all seen. So even with the buffs, they're not expecting to see him. which is why they automatically put him to low tier. I feel
I
like,
feel
the
like they
Japanese
are.
players, unless there's a strong player within the Japanese scene that plays the character, I think the Japanese players underestimate the character.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
I also
which is
think that
natural.
they like when a character is very prominent with the vortex, or if a character has a neutral that you don't see being used that much, but has a big comeback factor with VTrigger, I think that the Japanese kind of reason in this way, like, oh, this character is only a vortex character and it doesn't have good neutral. Like, I think that they might underestimate a character's neutral because the vortex is so prominent, so they just assume that the neutrals maybe is not that strong. I feel like this was the thing with G. Like, oh, this G blender is so strong, it's crazy, but he doesn't have the best neutral, so it's okay. But the thing with G is he just happens to have the craziest neutral as well.
Yeah.
You know?
That light kick alone wins matches.
And the fed kick that does everything.
People made fun of me when I said that. People made fun of me when I said he has crazy light buffers. And then they're
Dude,
like,
I've been playing him
Jimmy,
the last 2 days. Listen to me. I've been playing him the last 2 days, yeah? I got, like, when I get completely bodied, I just went save and played only light kick buffer and win games.
Yeah.
It gets dashes, buttons, and you can still anti-air if they jump.
Yeah.
when I made my video about G being broken, I specifically mentioned that he has the craziest light buffers, which is both an offensive and a defensive option. And people start saying, no, you cannot buffer the light buttons. And honestly, I didn't even know because I don't play G, right?
Dude, Gustavo is doing it all the time. Like, he's doing it with jab. Jab's even better than light kick.
You can do it with everything. Jabs, standing jab, low jab, standing light kick, crouching medium punch, and maybe even crouching heavy punch sometimes, like against Geef's standing heavy punch. I mean, every normal is bufferable from insane distances, and he has a command grab on top of that, and that super stupid like flaming kick he does, and the fireballs, and the presidential levels. I mean, it's insane.
The V skill.
Yo, his V skill too is so much fun, man. So much fun.
I've never seen it.
Dude,
Me
like,
neither.
legit, it's so fun if you stack it to level 3. Yeah, if you got that 30% damage reduce, and fucking Nikali jumps in on you and gives you a full VTrigger Nikali combo, just doesn't do any damage.
That's actually kind of crazy, right? Because this
Like, if
makes
you
it
manage
even-
to stack that V skill, and it's not that hard, like you at least gonna be at level 1 all the time, yeah? Because you can cancel it like you can cancel his level up, you know?
Yeah.
So you always, if you end a combo and have a level, you're gonna have that damage reduce on immediately. And it's pretty quick. So you can do it full screen. You're always going to take less damage. He is, if you play that character, that V-skill, he's the character with the most life in the game. He's just not getting damage. I saw it in neutral. That's kind of crazy because you have to knock him down to get rid of it, yeah? And in neutral, you eat normals, you run into fireballs, the usual stuff that happens. And then all of a sudden, you take a look at your life bar, and it's still at 90% when you thought it's going to be like 40% down. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, G light is the best. Yeah.
But still, V-skill 1, V-trigger 1 is still a thing to go.
How does the damage reduction work? 10, 20, 30%? How does it work?
Yep, 10, 20, 30, right.
Okay. Chad was asking, so yeah. There we go. 10, 20, 30. Interesting.
It's super fun. And you can play it with V-trigger too, because... So most of the time, I manage to hold level 2 now. Like, I'm G level 2 the entire game. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, but we're kind of getting sidetracked again. So
Yep.
we're supposed to talk about Cody, and here we are. We're talking about G.
I think we're done with Cody. I think he's extremely strong, and I think the Japanese players are underestimating him. I don't know why. I tried to figure out why, but I don't agree with them.
Is someone able to just like summarize exactly what they have done with the VTrigger 1? There are like
they buffed
10
everything.
changes.
They buffed every normal in
Every normal is faster. It's crazy.
Oh, actually, no. Crouching light punch advantage on hit decreased from
Yeah, they
+6
decreased a lot, but damn, look at it. It was a lot.
Yeah, it's +8, +7. Doesn't really matter.
And I think it lasts longer too.
Crouching
wait,
meter
on
punch and
hit.
standing meter punch are at least 2 frames faster, so that's kind of big, I guess.
All right.
Reduce the hurt box of crouching heavy punch, so that's a more of a scary, heavy footsie button, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't lose the V-Trigger 1 as quickly with the reload. Consumption reduced.
Yeah, consumption reduced when you reload. When you throw a knife and you reload the knife, you can do it multiple times now, like more times, not multiple. All right, I think that wraps it up for Cody. I don't have anything else to say. Do you guys have something to say about him?
He's a good character, man.
We'll see. Right, we'll see.
I
We'll
think
have to
his
wait and see.
forward dash animation needs buffing.
I think his whole animation need to be.
I think standing light kick's animation needs buffs. My God.
Like when he forward dashes, it's just like this giant anchor comes down from the sky, grabs hold of his shoulders, and just like places him from one part of the screen to another part. It's just like, now I'm here, and now I'm here. Like that's the animation of Cody.
The Cody animations actually, like, for I think it was jumping medium kick where people made fun of it, but then like people realized, oh, it's taken directly from Final Fight.
That's the jumping attack.
So it was supposed to be something to like for people to recognize, oh, this is basically his old moveset, but it just looks off. Honestly, just looks off.
Yeah, nice try, but I mean,
Yeah, nice try.
Yeah, but it's exactly if you like, you just don't feel good about Cody's animation. Seriously, by the way, I realized when we were talking about animations, Sakura looks fine for the most part, except for when you're looking at her in the character select screen. It's like the only time she looks really bad, like terrible. But other than that, she's not that bad, I feel. Even though people like to point out Sakura.
She's just far away the other times.
She's just what?
No.
What?
She's just far away.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't see her?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't see the flaws.
No,
she's
like
so far.
her win animation.
When do you mean? Oh, you mean like during the critical art animations and stuff? Yeah, I guess you see her there, but like when you're just on the level, you barely see her.
It's like the character select screen. I don't know how they messed that up. I don't know. It feels like she has a different face in the character select screen. I don't know.
Do you think that? I think Poison has a different face in one of her costumes, like the nostalgia one or something. In the new one and the battle costume, whatever, she looks like a witch. But in another one, she just looks normal.
No,
they definitely change. Like they definitely can do that if they want to. I mean, the breast size of Juri is different if you take a look at the Darkstalker's outfit for Juri, and that's on purpose. The character that you can choose. What's her name? I actually forgot.
Morgan? No, it's not Morgan.
It's not Morgan. Chun-Li actually
That's
has
Chun-Li.
Morgan, but she has a Darkstalker's costume, and the character that she the character has pretty tiny boobs, and they actually reduce the boob size for this costume specifically. And I think if you go with the Easter egg version, she gets her boobs back.
I didn't know about that.
Surprise!
I didn't know about that.
And so yes, definitely the costume can change the character model. Like take a look at Akuma. Akuma's face is completely different if you take a look at the nostalgia costume, for example.
Yep.
I mean, not just the hair; it's literally his nose and everything is completely different.
Yeah, Akuma has twice the size of his nose in every costume except the nostalgia costume.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yep.
No, costumes cannot change the character model.
He has two
Just
noses.
look at Seth, man. Seth is going to be the best example. It's literally another character when you pick nostalgia.
Stay on track, guys. Chat says they're right.
Oh, sorry. Who's the next character? Ajuri. Next.
May I just say that if we want to talk about Gill this time and the netcode, I don't know how much time we should invest in that. We have 1 more hour left. I'm thinking...
Let's just speed up, I'd say.
Okay.
Let's speed up.
I mean, technically, if we're on character 3, all right?
Yeah.
And we spent 1 hour with 3 characters so far. We could technically just do jury and then maybe leave the rest for part 4.
Does anyone know?
But we did 3 characters, just 3.
Yeah, what is with you, Sketchy? Why can't you count?
but seriously, maybe like
boys and girls.
I'm sure there are more discussions that will pop up eventually, right?
Of
so
course.
Why not just keep some characters left for part 4, which is let's be real, it's gonna happen.
For example, Gill, for example.
Gill will come after Half-Life 3. If we keep going.
Swear
like
to
this.
God, I don't even know if I'm still alive when we start talking about Gill.
Okay, or how about that? I mean, we have 1 hour left, and I feel like the netcode patch thing should be something discussed a lot. Yeah. How about we talk about that first? If it takes an entire hour, I feel like that's okay. And then part 4, we still have the content to talk about.
Yeah. It's up to you guys.
What are you saying? We don't talk about Gill again?
If anyone says netcode right now,
let's discuss netcode patch first, and then we'll see how much time is left over. And if it doesn't, I'm expecting this to take an hour to talk about the netcode. So with part 4, we would push the rest of the characters and the Gill discussion to part 4.
All right, man.
In my opinion, I think we should talk about Gill for 20 minutes and then the netcode for 40 minutes.
Okay, how about that? All
right. All right. Let's do Gill. Come on.
Let's do Gill.
We've been waiting for.
No way.
Okay.
I don't know how much.
But we have to keep the meme alive. Come on.
I don't even have like his moveset and everything, but I guess we can just talk about Gill here.
Yeah, I think me and SchiacciSempre know a lot.
Wanna go first, Wr3ckwell?
No, you start talking. You played it more than I did.
All right. Okay, so Gill, I just took him to master rank. It was a struggle, but once I realized that VTriggered 1 is the best VTrigger out of the 2, I just sprinted through Ultra Diamond. The character is good, is strong, but I feel he has worse neutral than Urian, but more setup potential. We are still scratching the surface with the setups, but the damage is much bigger than Urian. Like,
the damage is insane, man. It's insane.
Yeah, you hit the retribution setup and it's game over.
Not only the setup, like I didn't even like apart from that one freaking ice mine setup everyone knows by now. Yeah, I didn't even explore setups. I tried when I played him, the only thing I tried was putting my opponent into ice state as soon as possible, and then trying to play a neutral. Like if you get a whiff punch, if he's on ice and you get one crouching medium punch whiff punish, into lariat, into crouching fierce, into if you got another meter EX fireball, whatever. No matter what you get a crouching medium punch whiff punish between 300 and 400 damage.
Yeah,
that's
and
insane.
The anti-air is super good, man. Like
same
if you
for
hit
anti-air and same for combo potential. So
I really like the concept of the character. Like it's a new approach, and I think it's an experimental approach. It's like Omega Edition. I already spoke about that. I feel like they're testing something new for Street Fighter 6, like giving everyone a trait.
I was about to say that. Just imagine like in Killer Instinct, like every character being unique, actually.
Yeah,
that would be very cool.
And so the VTriggered 2 used to be the most played one, but I don't think it's very strong for 2 reasons. Number one, the setups are gimmicky. Like they can be escaped and they're not pure 50-50s. And the most important reason is that the VTriggered moves are not as strong as VTriggered 1. Like once you pop the VTrigger, he blocks the activation. What are you going to do with the moves? Like, yeah, they can work, but they're kind of weak for a VTrigger.
Sketchy, would you mind just briefly describing the two V-triggers and what they do?
Okay, so V-trigger 2 is ice. So you can do down plus V-trigger buttons, and you get this ice trap on the ground that's used for the setups. And you get the straight projectile, like the ice thingy that comes from... Yeah, and they're pretty bad. Like the projectile is really bad. It's really slow, even if it nullifies fireballs.
Is V-Trigger 2, is this the one where he gets a knockdown on you and then gets close to you and then it jumps forward and becomes like a cross-up? Yeah, okay, so that's V-Trigger 2. Okay, yeah.
That's the setup one, quote unquote. V-Trigger 1 is fire, the fire version, and I think the V-Trigger move is much stronger, like incredibly stronger. So much stronger.
Doesn't it, like the fire lance or whatever it is? Doesn't that nullify every projectile?
It nullifies everything. It nullifies
even Rashid's V-Trigger 1.
Rashid's V-Trigger 1, Dawson's Super.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of...
Urian's mirrors. It beats every projectile guy has on the screen, like V skills, everything. And it's a godlike anti-air, not the projectile version, but the
I know which one you mean.
Like, you can't lose with that. Like, it can beat Devil's Reverse, dive kicks, everything. If you jump on that hitbox, you get juggled for a lot of damage. It never loses. And also, if you hit a shimmy with standing heavy punch into the fire projectile, you get like 350 damage with the retribution. So even if you activate and the opponent blocks, you still get a lot of potential damage and a lot of utility of that V-trigger. And on top of that, I still think that the setups are better because it has those pseudo-Urian setups where you can choose to go in front or in the back.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
As an air reset. So, like, it's not a gimmick. It's always going to be a 50-50, like Ibuki.
Yeah.
That's why I think V-Trigger 1 is the strongest. And everyone is playing V-Trigger 1 anyway. So I think it's the strongest V-Trigger. More utility on the moves, and I think better setups. And yeah, that's all I have to say. V-Trigger 1 is the best V-Trigger. The character is extremely strong. The parry is... Like, it all comes down to how you can use the parry, in my opinion.
Yeah,
how successful you're going to be in tournament play. Optimization and the use of the parry.
Yeah, this character needs a lot of optimization. This is not a character you pick up and be really godlike with in a tournament environment. Everything needs to be on point. The retribution system, every decision, every reaction when you get a retribution, everything has to be on point. I feel like. And the parry. The parry is his best defensive mechanism for sure. You can parry a jab and punish with crouching fears. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think Nemo is going to make the character very strong. I still don't know if it's better than Season 5 Urian, though. Because Season 5 Urian is so strong.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
What is Gill's V-Skill 1?
It's the projectile from the sky.
What projectile?
Basically, he summons a fire projectiles from the sky.
Oh, I've actually never seen anyone use that. Right.
Nope, I tried it in the beginning and it just no.
I mean, he has some setups with it, like you make it rain, you get the meter, or you do an EX knees, and it crosses up. The problem with that is you can just stay on the ground and not quick rise and nullify that.
The thing is, you just don't want to miss that parry.
Yeah, the parry is just too strong. I think it's mandatory. You can't use V-Skill 1. I think it's not a bad V-Skill 1, but
no, it's not.
V-Skill 2 is just too strong to pass.
How fast is his parry?
2 frames.
How fast is Ryu's parry?
3 frames.
3, yeah. It's
and
better than Ryu.
Gill's parry has almost no recovery when it's successful. That's why you can, like, if you parry, I find it crazy when the Gills parry my jump in, and still, and do a crouching fierce after, and still, like, hit me in the air.
Yeah.
That's how fast it is.
But I think you can cancel it. That's too fast to be just recovery. I think you're canceling it.
It's not a cancel.
No, it's just recovery?
It's just it has close to no recovery.
It has
That's
no recovery.
All right.
Ryu
I think it
has
suits him in a way.
the way Ryu's parry works is you get the hit stop, right? And that's something that Gill also has. And then afterwards, you have 5 recovery frames. And because of those 5 recovery frames, you cannot punish a jump in, because within those 5 frames, your opponent will usually land on the ground.
Yeah.
Because Gill does not have those 5 recovery frames. He has 0 recovery frames. He can immediately punish it, right? So as long as you don't do something that has a lot of startup, you can anti-air with the parry and then get the punish afterwards.
Yeah, you can anti-air a cross-up with a parry and then do punish with crouching heavy punch.
Exactly,
It's crazy.
like legit. I tried it in the training room. You can parry a jab and get a crouching fierce as a punish. It's crazy.
Oh my, wow, Jesus.
Yeah, the character is strong. The parry is the strongest. I think it's top 3 V skills in the game. It's extremely strong.
It's
How
really
do you-
You can punish everything with that.
Yeah,
and you can
punish
also
everything.
throw it out as a YOLO move. As
Yep.
like a defensive mechanism. And if you played Unspect, you know EX Unspect, you're going to hate that V skill. Trust me, you're going to hate it. Because I don't want to play against Gill, a Gill player that abuses V skill. Like you have to second guess everything you do. Because you eat a huge punish, you eat a crouching fierce.
Yep.
You can hit a crouching medium into EX fireball, into activation, into a setup, a 50-50 one, into death.
How
Yeah,
many
because
recovery frames does Gill have on his parry? That was asked. That's a good question.
I think it's similar to Ryu.
Yeah, I think so too. It feels very
with
similar to
with
Ryu.
parry is big.
So there's actually a discussion in chat going on about like whether you can actually punish everything with Gill. I'm pretty sure you can, because Ryu
You can punish a jab, so you can punish everything.
Ryu can punish almost every light attack. Not every light attack, but almost every light attack. And if a Ryu can punish almost everything, then if you give a character 5 more frames to work with, then you can definitely punish every light attack in the game. Absolutely.
And also, on top of that, speaking of the recovery, you can do the Jimmy option select on the V reversals and get a full punish with crouching heavy punch. You can punish every V reversal with crouching fierce.
But
If you
Sketch,
did
you didn't prolong your license to use that. Have you thought about that?
No, I mean that's not that came naturally because it's common knowledge now.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Sketchy, how do you feel about Gill's just general neutral game, like his normals, his walk speed, his dashes, his anti-airs?
All right. So the anti-airs are godlike. You have to commit a little bit because he lacks in the anti-cross-up department. So you have to parry the cross-up and then crouching fierce. But that's a big risk. And if you don't do that, you have no options. You just have to hold the cross-up. The regular anti-air is very good because crouching fierce is very good. The other problem he has is that you can't check dashes properly with crouching light punch. Because crouching light punch doesn't have much range.
Nope.
So you have to do crouching light punch into lariat. You can't do 2 crouching light punches into lariat because it doesn't connect.
Can you buffer?
You can buffer it, but it's better to just buffer crouching medium punch.
What the hell is the lariat?
His
What?
tackle.
His clothesline. It's
Like Urian's shoulder.
I never heard anyone call that a lariat. Okay.
I mean, it's lariat, the wrestling move.
Yeah, okay. But are you saying, can he not, surely he can confirm counter hit light punch into a medium button?
Nope.
He can't?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
So what I do is I try to react with crouching medium punch, but a crouching medium punch is not a crouching light punch.
It's not reliable to check dashes with medium buttons.
If you react
so that's
to
a
dash,
problem.
if you react to dash with crouching medium punch, most of the time you get to counter it when they dash in and press a button. You're never gonna get the dash.
It's pretty hard. Like it's a department that it's lacking for him. And yeah, other than that, I feel like he's a worse version of Urian, but that slow projectile is very good in the neutral.
This is
So you
so
can
crazy.
just play
You can
lane.
fire a full screen ice ball and you just do hard lariat,
Yeah,
and your opponent cannot punish you.
yeah.
If
There's
they
a very
neutral
good
jump,
setup.
they get hit by the ice ball. If they
Yeah.
block, the ice ball is gonna give you 1 million plus frames. They just
Mhm.
can't do
That
shit
is-
about it.
Also, you have max distance lariat to use as a
Yep.
a
Yeah, that's
neutral
nice.
tool. And there's a very nice setup that RB taught me. So basically, if you get a knockdown with a light lariat at full distance, at max distance, and the opponent back rolls, you can throw a slow ice ball, a straight ice ball, and you can follow it up with a strong lariat, like a heavy lariat. Ice, fire, it doesn't matter. So what happens is Gill is going to move forward with the lariat, and then the ice ball is going to come. So if the opponent gets hit, you get hit by the lariat, then the ice ball, and then you can follow it up with another lariat. If the lariat gets blocked, the opponent blocks the lariat, then the ice ball comes. He has to block the ice ball, and that makes the lariat plus. So you get in for free, pretty much.
That's pretty good. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, Ricky,
You're
just
plus
it is
like
good.
8 or something.
Well, believe me, this character is gonna turn out high mid.
So
And
what
then
you
when you
do
drop-
is you hit a light lariat, and then you do an ice ball, and then you watch what the opponent does. If he does a back roll, you instantly do a heavy lariat, and you get this setup to work. If he doesn't, he just has to block the ice ball, and that's all for a random move you can throw in the neutral. It's like the dash straight. You just have to space it correctly.
I wanted to talk about Gill and wanted to have a question answered because I wasn't really sure about this. I talked to
Sure.
Wr3ckwell about this before Gill came out. My concern with Gill was that the retribution mechanic seems pretty powerful, but the question is, how easy is it to set it up properly? And I'm
Okay.
thinking about like a character like Akuma, for example. Like you always get access to a strong combo if you get a hit, right? If you
Yeah,
add
but
an
the thing
additional, if you have a condition for your combo, how much does it actually affect his game plan?
Yeah, but the thing is, Akuma gets a strong combo. Gill gets an insane combo.
I understand. Outside of the combos, so what you can do is you can decide to end your hit confirm with an EX move, and you get to pick what status effect you want, fire or ice. After that, the most important use for retribution outside of the combos is you throw a projectile. If the opponent jumps the projectile, you do EX lariat of the opposing element, and it's like a free frame armor, so you 100% get him, and you can get a big combo after that. So basically, it means that if the opponent has an element on himself, he can't jump your fireballs. And that's pretty important if you have a slow fireball.
Yeah.
That's massive. That actually makes Gill control the neutral so well. And on top of that, if you anti-air, you can do the same. So you
How
do.
does Gill pick which element he uses when doing EX lariat?
All ice moves are quarter circle back, and all fire moves are quarter circle forward.
Oh,
Same commands.
I had no idea.
But they are like mirrored.
Mhm.
So you can
That's
pick whatever
interesting.
you want.
Oh, by the
And
way,
of course, the frozen stun bar is pretty massive too.
Yep. I'd always put my opponent to ice. It's crazy.
So I think it's a strong mechanic. Very
Chat
strong.
helped us out with the properties of Gill's parry. Gill's parry has 2 startup frames compared to 3 for Ryu, 9 active frames versus 7 for Ryu, and 30 recovery frames compared to 32 of Ryu. So in every aspect, it's stronger than Ryu.
Yeah, it's much stronger. But the startup is the most important part.
Yeah, obviously the startup is what really makes it powerful.
Yeah, it's much better than Ryu's parry.
But
Yeah,
it's still a gamble tool, still, right? it's still something that if I see the parry, and I've seen guild players do this a lot, if you overuse it, you're just gonna get punished.
Yeah, you can obviously you cannot overuse it.
Yeah, but there are some things that
you use it once. Once.
Yeah.
That's gonna just using it once in a block string will nail you at least 2 or 3 situations where your opponent just backs up after one block normal.
Yeah. And going back to what Jimmy asked, the status effect, the retribution mechanic. And another thing is that when you do like crouching medium punch into EX Fireball, which is the main activation for the V-Trigger, you get a free 50-50 with the retribution. That's free, so you can control it. You do EX Fireball, then you pop him up with the Crouching Fears, and then you do another air Fireball, and he's on fire. Then you reset him in the air, and it's left or right into a retribution combo, which is gonna most likely either stun you or make you be one hit away from stun, which is even worse. I mean,
but that's like talking a specific situation, right?
Yeah.
Like my concern is like from a stray hit mid-screen, how easy is it to control the retribution mechanic? How easy is it to set it up? Yeah. Or does it happen frequently that you simply don't get to set up the retribution, so you don't have access to the combos?
No, it's actually not that hard.
Hit off of something that
you just need any combo, Jimmy.
Any combo, whiff punish, anti-air, whatever.
Yeah. You can also do...
First time you get a hit and you have a bar, you end in EX Lariat and you got your element. You got your retribution.
Or you can buffer. Standing medium punch works the same as Urian standing medium punch for buffers. You can just buffer into EX Ice Tackle or Fire Tackle.
The moment you set it up, you just don't get hit anymore. That was the most frustrating thing about Gill. Having the ice element on the opponent, and then you get hit by a random jab. That was the most frustrating thing.
By the way, Chad is pointing out that you have to parry lows differently, right? This is something you have to consider as well. I wanted to say to that, it shouldn't come up very often. You almost never want to go for the low parry. Or if you're going to have a parry read, I think in most cases you're not going to have to worry too much about the low, though.
Yeah, you don't use low parry. I mean, you just don't do it.
You just don't do it, right?
You just don't do it.
Is there any parry in the game that does not have like a low version, not counting like Alex V-Trigger parry?
Well, like Gill is the only one who has to make that read.
Abigail.
Oh, Abigail, right.
But Abigail also has high and low.
Yeah, he does.
I thought Ryu also had high and low.
Oh, Colleen as well. No. Ryu has different animations on his parry, but they're all automatic.
Yeah, Colleen.
Okay, Ryu has he doesn't have to choose.
Well, he does not have to choose, no.
He's the only one then, I think.
Yeah, actually, now that you say it, you're right. Colleen has to choose, right? Abigail has to choose. Gill has to choose.
Well, Alex doesn't have to choose, but it's in his V-Trigger, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
All right. So, wrapping it up, for me at least, the character is strong, but I don't think he's going to be top tier. He's going to pretty much be the Urian of Season 5 if Urian ends up being high tier or top tier. He's going to occupy the same spot Urian occupied in Season 4 and 3, in my opinion. Which is good, can win tournaments, but not top tier.
Does he have any particular, like, really bad matchups?
Akuma. You know why?
Give me because guys. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Can I talk?
No, you can talk, I think.
Because Akuma can escape all of your setups with teleport.
That's interesting, actually. Yep.
You can't set him up, and like removing Gill setups is pretty big.
I was wondering.
And you have no answer to EX fireballs. To V-Trigger fireballs, so you just have to hold them. And you don't have a reversal.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gill doesn't have a reversal as Urian. Also, I was wondering, are any of Gill's knee specials punishable?
No, all minus
All
two.
-2.
That's kind of scary, I think.
You could
It
bury
looks
them
like
and
they're
punish.
punishable because it bounces back, but they're not.
Yeah, they're like it looks like they're whiffing.
Yeah,
You know, so weird.
they're not punishable on block.
Okay, so all of them are -2.
Yeah,
Okay.
all of them. But it's very hard to get a plus EX compared to Urian. It's much easier for Urian to be plus after the EX knees compared to Gill. I never managed to get an EX knees plus.
Urian doesn't even have to
Never.
change. He doesn't even have to space the EX knee.
Yeah, it's very hard for Gill. And he can't confirm a crouching light punch. So it's even harder. Because it's not like you can go plus with knees, like slightly plus, then use your free framer. I said free correctly, Ixion. And then hit confirm.
Can you say it again? Please say it again.
Free.
Free.
Are you saying 3 or are you saying free?
Free. I'm trying, man. I'm doing my best.
Oh man, you guys are killing me.
So
I leveled up my English.
can you say a three framer
No,
throw?
no,
Can you
fuck
say that?
off.
A 3 framer throw. Can
I'm
you say
not
that?
your personal toy.
Three.
Leave me
framer
alone.
Throw.
Come on, I'm doing my best, man.
Yeah, I think I'm.
There's
well
not
done.
such
Well
a
done.
sound in the Italian language. I'm telling you, I'm trying
Not
my
in
best.
Swedish either. But good boy.
Thank you.
I approve.
Thank you. So, yeah, that's it for me. I don't know if you guys have any more questions. I'll be more than happy to answer you. Or if you want to wrap it up and talk about the netcode, up to you.
Yeah, let's talk about the netcode. Oh
The
yeah,
netcode is relevant right now, so we should talk about
really
that.
have to
netcode.
try
Okay.
not to.
We only have 30 minutes left, anyways, right? So
Let's go.
So we have 2 people on the right on PC and 2 people on the left on PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been using the patch. I used it for 1 day, and I had a good experience, mostly. But then I experienced some kind of bad vibes in my chat, like people saying that you're not being fair to like PS4 players. And I had one person who was mad because he was also a PC player and he did not install the fix. And he was saying that he was getting like very bad experience against people he previously had okay experience with. So he's saying that even PC players will suffer if they don't install this fix. And because of this, I uninstalled it. So I'm not using it anymore. So I'm not sure what to do with this. But I had a positive experience. But I think it's unfortunate to not face any PS4 players.
Okay, that's it. I mean,
those are my thoughts. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What I'm gonna say is this whole situation is good for Street Fighter V because it's making something move. Imagine if the fix didn't come out at all. Things would have stayed the same, in my opinion, because Capcom just doesn't care. It's apparent now.
I agree.
My experience with the patch is it's godlike for me. Like I hated every stream, every Street Fighter V stream I did for the past 2 weeks. No, even more, like 2 months.
You hated every stream.
Yeah, man. And I discovered something about like all the salt, all the negativity on my stream was because of the lag. And since when I installed the patch, the streams were extremely positive. And I had a great time because that's what I was looking for, like a lagless experience and like being actually able to see things on the screen.
Do you feel certain that all your opponents also had a good experience?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm playing on a 2 to 5 bar connections, PC only. I don't know what impact my fix has on the others. All I know is, number one, I always get rematched.
Okay, well, that's a good sign.
So
Wait. You searched 2 to 5 connections?
yes, on PC only. Because I want to test the netcode. I want to stress it.
Even if you
I
search
want to put the
5
netcode
only, you
under
still
stress.
get people
I wanna
from
do that
China.
too.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I just did that for testing purposes. I wanted to experience a laggy match on my end to see what the conditions were. It was for testing purposes.
Okay, I thought it was your
And
standard. I was confused about
So
that.
this is test number 1. Test number 2 is there's a guy that also streams Silos. I'm pretty sure you heard the name before.
Yeah, I know him.
And he's from New York. And he asked me for a set. And it was playable. EU to US. And it was playable for me. He was in the chat. He came to the chat. I asked him, how was it for you? And he said it was good enough. That's what he said in the chat.
I've had other people telling me the same thing, that, I can play overseas now with patch. So it seems to be a thing for sure.
I mean, what I'm telling you is that I'm having on my end, I'm having an awesome experience with the netcode, and I don't want to go back to the old netcode. So if it gets fixed, I don't know what to do. I will feel lost, actually.
Fixing the fix.
I'm getting, I don't know, addicted to this patch, to this fix. And I would actually feel lost if it gets patched out. Because I'm sure that Jim is familiar with this feeling, because he had a very, I don't know if it was 1-2 months, where he was really upset at the connections he was getting.
I heard that the modder is working on an update on on this patch that will, if I understand it correctly, will disable whatever it is it's doing if you face a PS4 player. So
I heard that.
If you could set it to any, and whenever you face a PS4 player, you would be using the old netcode or something like that.
No, I heard that's actually gonna fix the netcode for them as well.
Oh, okay.
Even better than that. Like, I heard the podcast with the guy that made the fix.
Well,
That's
okay,
what he
that's
said.
good.
So I don't know. I mean, the situation is not normal. This is not a normal situation, and it shouldn't stay this way. But it's moving things forward. That's why I'm happy. And like, personally, since I was having the same struggle that Jimmy had when he made the video, I'm gonna play Street 5. I never made fun of that because I can relate to that. And I was having his bad experience. I was like experiencing the bad things he was experiencing in the recent times.
I forgot about that. You did say you were quitting Street Fighter 5 once? Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy made a video about it.
Yeah,
I mean, he can confirm
I forgot.
it. Like, I'm experiencing right now what he was experiencing back then.
I dropped the game for like 2 months, I think. I did not touch it. And the only reason I came back was really the NetDuma that I bought. Because even though it didn't make connection quality, the connections better, at least I could work around the horrible matchmaking that kept matching me to Russian players, for example.
Yeah, I get Moroccans, Turkish. Yeah.
And at least make sure I only play players in my region. And that made it more enjoyable. It wasn't perfect. It's not perfect, but it's more enjoyable now. I never stream without the NetDuma. Without seeing where my opponent's from, I do not accept connections.
Speaking of routers, I actually recently upgraded my... I consulted with some pretty good engineers, like network engineers, and they all said that the best router on the market right now is a German one, and it's called the Fritzbox, and that's what I bought.
I use both. You can't use just the NetDuma. The NetDuma is just doing the routing.
Yeah, for the VoIP, right? You need another.
You need actual internet access through a. I don't know what is it like in Germany. We call it a modem. a modem. I'm not sure if it's the same word.
We too. Yeah.
So usually, like a Fritzbox is just a combination, a combo, a 2-hit modem plus router combo. So I have a Fritzbox. I'm using a Fritzbox, but it doesn't have the capabilities of a NetDuma. So what?
But you agree with them that it's the best out there,
it has the best reputation. So usually, if you want to have a high-end modem or router, both you buy a Fritzbox, and that's exactly what I did.
That's comforting.
So the Fritzbox is just a modem right now, but it does do certain things in the background, like prioritize certain connections. But like the routing is handled by, so the NetDuma is just the router, right? So that's how it works. So both are actually active at the same time on my setup.
Right. Okay, so wrapping it up, this fix made things go forward. I think that's the good thing about the fix. So I don't know what Capcom is going to do, but Capcom is going to be forced to do something now.
Are you sure?
I mean,
I don't know.
But at least they're talking about it. People are actually talking about the netcode. They didn't talk about the netcode this much before the fix.
Yeah, but we still have no official response from, like, the only thing we had was he grasped the situation.
Yeah, he grasped the situation.
Owner, the poor guy, man. Like, just a representative. He got, like, the entire shitstorm moved his direction.
I mean, you gotta understand the viewers, the players. Like, who are you gonna go to?
That's what I wonder. Like, if we want to complain, who do we complain to? That's like, who do we have? I don't know.
But like, I'm predicting, so like tonight, I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get anything. It's gonna be
I agree with you.
Tournament mode update, nothing regarding that fix, and this two ways this can go. Maybe Capcom just ignores it completely and hopes that the guy is legit fixing it for both ends, so they just don't have to do anything, and everyone's good connection.
I think that's best case scenario, actually, because if they do that,
and the worst
Baltimore is gonna fix the PS4 version as well.
The worst case, we all know what the worst case is, man. They just fix the fix, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I just released a video on this topic, right? So I've kind of already articulated my thoughts, but like to reiterate, and for people who have not heard it, I think there are 3 ways this can go down. Number 1, Capcom is not doing anything about this. And I think it's actually an unlikely scenario, simply because they have kind of acknowledged the situation, which they previously have not done. I think if they were planning to just ignore it, Ono would not be tweeting the stuff that he's tweeting right now. I think he would not have said anything, right? So I think it's actually unlikely for them to do nothing, even though they have a really bad track record when it comes to doing stuff, right? So option 1, I think, is unlikely. Option 2 would be them fixing the netcode themselves because they feel forced to do it because of the Olympic stuff. They don't want to have the current situation, so they're going to fix it now. And I think that's unlikely as well. I don't think, because that would just make them look bad, because then the question would be, well, why didn't you do something earlier? It makes no sense to fix it now when it was broken this entire time. And when it was, and now like people are realizing it's not a difficult fix to begin with. Because a guy took 2 days to reverse engineer the code and then wrote the code in 30 minutes. Right? So how hard could it be for a company? And this is where people start to speculate, and this is where we have to consider Capcom outsourced the netcode, right? So whoever worked on it is not working on it anymore. So they would actually have to do quite a lot from their perspective, because they would have to hire the team or the guy who worked on it.
Again, yeah.
They would have to get some things rolling again to get this to work. So it's not that simple, and you can't just copy paste. And people are telling me, well, just copy paste the code from PC to PlayStation 4. That's all. That's not how it works. So, but anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here. I don't think they will actually fix it because that would just make them look bad. Even though ultimately it would benefit everybody if they did it, I don't think that's going to happen. I think what is going to happen is since they acknowledged the existence of the mod or the patch, whatever you want to call it, I think they will try to ban it. And the question will just be which route will they take to ban the patch, which will cause a lot of backlash, absolutely, because then people are going to ask, why are you so motivated to break the game, essentially? Like somebody who did the work for you, and now you're actively trying to make the game worse, right?
Yeah.
I do believe this is a necessity because it creates this problem that Ixion described earlier, where people are not sure anymore if, like, we don't really know, or I don't really know, honestly, can you use it to cheat on PC?
I think so, yeah. You play PS4 players and it gets extremely laggy for them. So, I mean, I'm an honorable man. I'm pretty sure there are other honorable players that are using it for PC only. But I'm pretty sure that if this keeps going, there are going to be people that use it to cheat and to get the edge against PS4 players. And there's another point. Even if the guy releases a fix now, there may be people so evil intended that they can use the previous version to cheat.
Yeah.
Because they want the other player to lag. So now that's another problem.
Exactly. I think now that we got an inferior version is out in the wild, this will make it even more necessary for Capcom to act on it, because there's just no way they can leave the situation as is with the Olympic stuff going on.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 players will request players to not be playing on PC, or for Capcom to have some kind of verification that the patch isn't applied, because it's just going to be a mess. It's just going to be a mess. It's also going to just divide the community into PC and PlayStation 4. You can always argue that cross-platform play has always been bad, but at the very least, there were a lot of situations where at least it was bad for both sides. And now, when you're playing PC, if it's more likely for you to get one-sided rollback, then what's the point of playing then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because
you're
then,
right.
especially for tournaments, right? Especially for tournaments, cross-platform play is basically dead from that perspective. And even without cross-platform play, PC versus non-patched PC, what do you do there? I mean,
that's my issue. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know how to approach that situation.
I mean, I played for 6 hours, PC only, and nobody denied me of a rematch. That's all I can tell you. I don't know if that means something, but that's what happened. And also, I played Mojo-san, which he's usually a very laggy opponent for me. I played him with the patch, and it was better for the both of us. It may be a rare case, but I sent people to his stream to check how it was on his end, and it was perfect on both ends. And it's usually a skippy mess for me.
Is he using the patch?
Nope, he's not.
Did he tell you why?
No, I just sent people to ask him, are you using the patch? And he said, I didn't speak to him directly. I was playing him.
Okay.
Because I was testing, and when I met him, I was like, okay, now we have to see what impact the patch has. So I sent people to his chat to ask, are you using the patch? How does it feel for you? And he wasn't using the patch, and it was feeling good on his end.
I actually have a very bad experience. I was facing this Italian jury player, Gico.
Yeah,
his
I'm
name right?
familiar with him. Yeah. No, actually, the story behind Geeko is that he doesn't know what the pronunciation of his nickname is. So he said, "You can call me whatever."
Okay.
That's his stance on the subject. I mean, so
he was streaming while I was streaming, and we were playing. And I saw later a clip from his stream that it was actually like horrible, and it was normal for me. And he was on PC without patch, and I was on PC with patch. So I feel like I have one very bad experience with this. So that alone makes me hesitant to the whole thing.
Okay, I have another thing to say. I was just thinking about me and Mojo. So what happened in the past with the old trash netcode we got is Mojo-san was fine against me. And I got all the one-sided rollback against him. When I installed the patch, he was still fine, but I didn't get any more lag. I was getting all the one-sided rollback when I played.
I can tell you why.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can tell you why. I think he's accidentally lag switching.
What?
And when I say that,
shots fired.
And I say that, like, he actually, whatever, it doesn't really matter. When I say accidentally lag switching, what I mean by that is he's playing SF5 in windowed mode. And I think
okay.
Wait, who was doing this? Who was doing this?
Mojo-san.
Mojo. Like, he's not doing this on purpose. I think he's accidentally lag switching. Because we know at the start of the round, the game does some, tries to sync up the machine, right? At the start of the round, that's the important part. You have to be at 60 FPS, and if you don't have lag spikes, then it's fine, right? Oh, he's actually in chat. That's hilarious. I don't tab out when in a match, Jimmy. So shut that theme up now. You told me you're in Windows.
This is getting heated up.
You wouldn't even have to tab out. And this is something actually that I realized when I was playing on PC, because like I have a 2-monitor setup, right? So I would have full screen borderless windowed mode for SF5. And sometimes in between rounds, I would want to check up something on my browser or something, or write something in chat real quick. And I wonder, this is the question, I wonder, does this mess up the game? I don't know if it does.
I've wondered this for years as well. I think it might, yeah.
Because to keep, like, I do want to finish this thought process, because Mojo, for example, is a really weird player when it comes to lag. There are rounds where there's no issue whatsoever. The ping is godlike, by the way, so it's definitely not a ping issue. I always have like a 50 millisecond ping, which is actually unusually good. But then there are these rounds that are like it goes from perfect, like really perfect, to completely unplayable. And it's one of the very few opponents that have this crazy gap where, like, it's not just, like, there are some opponents who are like at least consistently bad, if you know what I mean, right? But it's kind of weird when it goes from perfect, it's perfect, and then round 2 starts, and then it's unplayable for the entirety of the round.
There's definitely some desync thing that happens.
Yeah, it's desyncing. It's absolutely desyncing. Right.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is gets fixed. It gets fixed by the netcode, and I also know why. I mean, by the fix. Sorry. Exactly. I know why, because the netcode, the fix resyncs.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have the patch applied, and that would fix the issue, right? Because the issue isn't actually a networking problem, it's a sync problem. You're out of sync, and the game doesn't do anything about it.
Doesn't catch up anymore. So the game is fucked pretty much. Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I see your reasoning, and I understand it, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm fully convinced that
I don't know about
would be
Mojo
perfect for me.
I'm just
if the
speaking
netcode
about my
was fixed.
experience, but I mean, I agree with you.
So yeah.
Okay, so Wr3ckwell, did you talk about Netcode? I don't think so. I mean, I stated my opinions. Ixion did, Jimmy did. It's up to you now. What do you think?
After the most horrible day in Street Fighter 5 ever today, I have no words anymore. I have no words anymore, for real. Every time I think of the patch and what Capcom is gonna do, the only thing I hear in my head is this.
Wr3ckwell memeing it up right here.
This is what I'm hearing every time.
That's Capcom laughing at us.
No, for real. Like I don't have words anymore, for real. I was so pissed today. I was legit thinking about just freaking uninstalling the goddamn game. It was so bad.
It's bad, isn't it?
Bad.
Yeah.
You were playing. You were playing any, right? You weren't doing PS4 to PS4.
No, when I search for PS4 to PS4, I just wait 10 minutes for match. So yeah,
wow. Everyone is on PC.
I got a chance for lag. Yeah, I got the chance for the monster lag, or I just wait 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I can tell you next time I'm gonna wait 10 minutes.
This is kind of messed up.
I think Wr3ckwell, I think there's an issue with if you choose to block one, if you do PlayStation 4 only on PlayStation 4, it will mess up the matchmaking for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I feel like even those, I know there are PlayStation 4 players playing right now, and I don't get matched against them. So at some point, I actually stopped doing PlayStation 4 only because of that, because I felt like the matchmaking was having a significantly harder time matching me, even though there are enough players. That's really weird, actually.
I have a similar experience to what. For me, like, even with the patch, with or without the patch, it doesn't matter. Like, I get consistent back-to-back matches for like 2 hours. Then the matchmaking stops for some reason. I don't know why, and I stopped getting matches.
Yeah, I always think like the game is out of nowhere, it just puts you into like the wrong server or something. Because out of nowhere, I get matched with only Algerians or Cameroon players. Like, and then I quit the game and I quit Steam, and I do that like 2 times every time I stream because that happens.
It's very clear why this happens. It's because the server can't handle the amount of people. It always happens at a certain time. For me, it's around 7 to 8 p.m. This is when the matchmaking will simply stop working, essentially. Because it's probably because the amount of people online at that time is too high for the matchmaking to handle. So the matchmaking will basically not work properly because Capcom doesn't want to pay for AWS properly. It's just that the server is overwhelmed. The server is overwhelmed, and that's why the matchmaking doesn't work.
Yeah, it's overload. Yeah.
What did you say they didn't want to pay for? WS?
AWS. That's Amazon Web Services. That's basically their that's the server.
Okay.
I can see the data center that they're using with the NetDuma. So it's definitely AWS that they're using.
Yeah, you have more insight than us with the NetDuma because you can see things behind the scenes. Some of them, at least.
But yeah, that's just speculation.
I had a question for you.
I want to clarify here. That's definitely speculation. I'm not working for Capcom. I don't know if this is the technical problem, but it's very obvious to me at a certain in the evening, it's clearly way worse. And you would think, like in the evening in Europe, there should be more players online because people come home from work, and it should be better because you should have a higher probability to get matched up against somebody close, but it's worse.
That's sad, actually.
Wow.
That's tragic.
Can I ask you a question, Jimmy?
Sure.
Did it happen to you? Like, you get paired with a guy with ping, but the connection is still
Well,
shit.
I didn't catch that. It dropped out for a second. What did
Okay,
you say?
sorry. Did you play with a person that showed a nice ping, and then the connection was just shit in game?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't see what ping you got. So why is that?
It's absolutely a big, and that's because the game is way too lenient on the 5 bars. This is why I was confused when you said I searched for 2 to 5 bars. I'm like, the 5 bar setting is too lenient already. And actually, it used to be different. People complained about the 5 bar connection thing because they couldn't get matched against people. And that's probably for multiple reasons. But basically, the 5 bar setting used to work. It used to force really good connections only. But then, in order to fix the problem of people not getting matched up against anyone if they search for 5 bars, what they did was they just lowered the entry level what 5 bar means. And now, if you get 60 millisecond ping, that's 5 bars.
Okay, all right.
It's not a good connection, but it's still for Capcom. This still qualifies as a 5 bar connection. This is why I said anything lower than 5 only, searching for anything lower than 5 only is insanity. There should be an 8 bar. Like an 8 option, 8 only, 8 to 5. That's what it should be.
Or they can just show the ping like Mortal Kombat. That would
but they don't want to do that because they don't
make
want
too much sense.
It would make it easier for us to understand that there are shitty connections, even though the ping is good. And they don't want to give us this. Really, I'm pretty sure this is the whole purpose of the bar system is to give the players the illusion that everything is all right.
You could show
and make us think
ping
that our connection is fucked up, causing things like the Italy against UK debate, where UK players were saying Italian players should get banned by online competitions. But it's because of the netcode, but they don't realize. I don't know how.
No, like UK versus Italy is just too far away.
Yeah, it's too bad. But it's not Italians' fault. I mean, it's because the distance is...
The reason why Spanish connections are bad for me as a German player is because Spain is simply too far away. With the NetDuma, I set it up so that I only search or I only accept within like 1,000 kilometer radius, and Spain is completely outside of that radius, by the way. It's just at the edge, but still outside. And Italy, half of Italy is outside of that range. And for UK, it's way worse than that.
Absolutely. But it's like twofold. It's both ways.
Exactly.
It's not that one party has worse connections than the other one. So it's not just one party to blame. You should blame the distance. That's what I'm saying.
Chat says French, even for French players, Spanish and Italian connections are always bad. I can't really comment on that. I don't know, but I keep reading about like exactly UK players complaining about Italian connections. Well, yeah, you don't live close enough. Obviously,
but we lag too. That's the thing. It's not just them. We're just less vocal than them.
Yeah, absolutely. And on top of that,
as well.
I think in general, people are so frustrated with the online experience in Street Fighter 5. There are so many things that are made up as a result, like stage lag, for example. It's insanity, actually. I find it so hilarious how much nonsense is accepted as reality without proper investigation. And I really wish the community was open for this kind of stuff. To actually figure out. This is something that frustrates me the most. So here's the thing. If we can come together as a community and say, hey, these are the things that are important to us, and this is like, then it would actually benefit the next generation of like Street Fighter titles, because like clearly people are interested in good netcode, right? But then on top of that, they will make up these weird rules that, oh, you just have to like just play on training stage or without. That's just an example. Like and on top of that, we we get this discussion about how bad SF5 is. I mean, Ixion will kind of agree, but in general, like what mechanics, why, like they can't formulate why SF5 is such a terrible game. And what really is happening is they're having a bad time, so they will try to find an argument why the gameplay sucks, right? When in reality, it might just be the netcode, which makes them so frustrated.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's no proper discussion around what do we actually want to see in a Street Fighter game? What is important? If we could build Street Fighter 6 today, what should it look like? Right? And I feel like
we should make another podcast about that. Because Jimmy, it's 8 p.m. and I gotta go to Family Man. You know?
Oh, right. Oh,
I want to wrap it up in one way. I think it can be interesting. So all of us now, we say, in our opinion, what's Capcom gonna do with all of this situation? And then we meet up again in part 4, and we see who's right about what Capcom is gonna do.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a good thing, yeah.
But I can already tell you, if you're gonna do it, boys, if you're gonna do it next week, Monday or Tuesday, like next week, I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be available.
Let's go with the prophecies. I mean, the next part. See about when you guys are available. Next part.
Yeah, we'll see. Like we push it to 2 weeks, whatever. It doesn't really matter. We'll find a date. Anyways, I guess I'm going to start with my prediction. I made my prediction already. I think Capcom will try to ban the patch one way or another, and not apply, not really come back to the community. But they're not going to fix it. They just want to ban the patch. And then because of the backlash, maybe eventually they will do something about it. But I think it's not going to happen with SF5, maybe with SF6. So yeah.
Okay. Wr3ckwell?
No, I really don't have what. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Like, I'm really seeing them ignoring it and then fixing the fix, and that's it. That's all I see. That's all I see coming. That's my prediction. Or more Chun-Li costumes. I don't know.
I think they're also, or I also think they're going to try and get rid of the fix somehow because of all the problems it can cause. What we were saying, like you could use an old iteration of the patch to lag people out, and they probably don't want that to be a thing at all. So I think they're going to do something about that, and then probably not fix the online at all. Kind of like what Jimmy said.
All right, that's kind of strange because we all agree on what they're probably going to do, because I think they're going to try and fix the issue. They're going to introduce a checksum to see if you have the file, and if you have the file, the game is going to refuse to boot up or something. So they're going to fix the fix in a very lazy way. People are going to be upset, but there are still going to be guys that are going to say, we love you, oh no, just keep muting the haters and keep going, keep doing what you do, we all love you. So the backlash is not going to be enough, and the situation is going to stay the same, and we're going to get more Chun-Li costumes. That's what's going to happen, in my opinion.
Oh, damn, I can't wait.
So either we're all going to be right, or we're all going to pretty much.
Yeah. That's a boring thing, but that's our stance on the...
Someone says,
that's the most boring outcome. We all agree.
At the end of the day, it's going to be what makes Capcom the most money will be what they will be doing.
Yep.
If the community is so outraged by a potential ban that there's actually some consequences, then they will do something about it. And if people aren't mad, then I think there will be something done. I think because no matter how you look at it, Capcom is in a really, really weird spot. For the first time, they have to do something. But we'll see how this will go, I guess.
Okay, all right.
So I guess this is gonna be it for part 3 of the podcast. Still haven't talked about all of the characters, which is amazing.
But we talk about Gill.
We talk about Gill. The meme is
We
over.
did talk about Gill. We did talk about Gill, and that is true. But still, it's kind of amazing. We spend more than, 6 hours now, and we still haven't talked about all of the characters in season 5, right? So
I kind of regret I kind of regret forcing the Gill talk. It would have been funnier if we didn't talk about Gill, actually.
The meme
I
alive.
kind of agree. I'm kind of sad we didn't do it in part 4 and then pushed it to part 5.
Part 5. Just Gill. The whole podcast.
Yeah. Anyways, that is it for today. We're going to try to find a new date for part 4. Wr3ckwell already said next week is bad, so maybe in about 2 weeks. Maybe this will be enough time for us to see some consequences when it comes to the netcode.
Yep.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
we basically get a little bit more time to get some new developments in. So I think it's not even that bad if we wait for 2 weeks or so. That should
No,
work
not at
out
all.
fine.
No,
I
that's
think.
fine.
Not
So
at
yeah,
all.
guys, thank you so much for tuning in for part 3 of the VTriggered podcast. We'll see you in about 2 weeks again for part 4, so stay tuned. And oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to be uploading all of the podcast stuff. If you want to watch them, they're going to be on YouTube as well. Part 2 is going to get uploaded soon. I was sick the last couple of days, so I didn't upload that so far, but that is coming up. If you're interested in certain discussions, like certain characters, there's going to be full timestamps. I've done a lot of work for part 1 already, and as I said, part 2 on YouTube is coming up soon, so check it out there. So yeah, guys, have a good evening, take care, and we'll see you soon.
You too. Bye, guys.
Tschüss.